Good evening and welcome to Scrapbooking with a Twist. We are going to do a layout tonight, and surprise, surprise, it is not a layout of my grandsons, which like 90% of my layouts are. But this one is my daughter-in-law and I actually canning. Back during COVID, we had a great big garden and we canned a bunch of stuff, and so that's what this is going to be about. I went ahead and backed my pictures. I kind of did them in a grid, and so I'm going to do a little bit of work and then we'll put them down on here. I'm going to, I want to do some splatters that'll be underneath some things. So let's start with that. Let me get that out of the way, get my pictures covered, and we'll do the little bit of splattering that goes on here. See how this goes. Thought I had another little sheet of paper. Let's see where we can use this. Maybe here we go. We'll use this one. I just don't want to get it on my pictures, and I'm just using this is actually my re-inker ink, and I just put a dot or two on my block and then spray it, some water on it, and go for it. I know different people use different things, but that's what I have, and so that's what I usually use. So let's just see what we can get done here. I want quite a bit of splatters. There we go. Okay, that's good for that piece. Let me just kind of roll that a little bit just to take off some of the moisture. And then I want to do the actual layout. And the only part that really is going to be seen on this, get these out of the way, is this left side right over here. I don't want it on that, however, or that. So let's cover those. And then, but I want quite a bit over here. I'm actually going to do a little mixed media over there, but I want quite a bit of splatters. That I'm going to put underneath. Okay, I think that is plenty. Okay, get those kind of picked up just a little, and then I'm going to clean off my block so that I don't get it all over everything, because that's pretty much what I'm good at, is getting it all over everything. I've cleaned my craft room and kind of reorganized and did some things. I kind of thought about doing a craft room tour, but my craft area isn't fancy like everybody else's, and so I decided not to. They have these rooms and everything all matches, and mine isn't really that way, so I decided I would not. But it did inspire me. Seeing all those craft room tours did inspire me to do some reorganization and work in my craft room, and I've really enjoyed it. The only problem is every time I do that, then I get to where I can't find anything, so I spend half my time looking for stuff. I backed my pictures. I'm doing the grab 5, and I don't know what I did with the things that we have to do in our grab 5, but it was enamel dots and washi tape or ribbon, and I'm going to use washi tape. It was, oh man, I can't believe I didn't, what did I do with that list? I've got it all anyway. It was yellow scrap. Okay, so it was washi tape, or ribbon, and I'm using washi tape. Enamel dots or bling, and I'm using enamel dots. Pattern paper, so here's my pattern paper. And yellow. And there were 5 things. And then if you use an embellishment from our swap, then you get an extra. So pattern paper, yellow, scraps, enamel dots, and washi tape. So that's it. And I'm doing all of that. So I'm going to, this is where this is going to go, but I want to do a little bit of mixed media before I actually attach it. I think this is the same one I used here a while back, and I'm going to use it again. I love these leaves, and since I've got my cucumbers and that kind of stuff, it goes with what I want to do today. So I'm going to just put a little of these leaves on here. This is going to have a little jar over it, so it doesn't need much, but I want a little bit there. And then I'm going to put a little bit, I'm going to actually do my journaling up here. And I want it fairly light in this background, so let's just see what we get here. And it'll be a little different because this is actually on the yellow, but I think that'll be fine. Yes, that's pretty much what I'm looking for. And I'm going to bring it a little bit right up here, I think, because this is going to have a little jar on it, probably off the thing. And then I want it coming up. I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to do journaling, but I will write over all of this mixed media. That's why I don't want it very dark. I may put a little dark over it just to give it a little more contrast. But we'll see. But that's kind of what, because this is going to, like I said, this is going to have a jar. This is going to have my, my journaling. So I think that is all we're going to do there. So let's set that aside. And then let's get our background and get what we think we want coming out of this background. It's hard because I'm going to have some die cuts. So it's kind of hard to know exactly what you want. But we're going for it. It's just going to be real in the background, so it doesn't really, I don't think it just matters a whole lot. Get this coming up here. I just wanted it to kind of fill in and keep it from looking skimpy or vacant or anything. Want to smear the underneath one. I want it to look like that's coming out. Oh yeah, perfect. Let's take this one down like this. Oops. There. Okay, that may be enough. If it isn't, I can put a little more in later. But that, I think, is enough for that. Okay, so that is hopefully, I think, all the mixed media that we're going to need. So now we need to get our picture on here, our pictures. And I actually used my little knife to cut this because I didn't really want my picture covering that up. I liked that. And so I actually used my little razor knife to cut that. And I'm going to line this up just with this red. I don't really want it getting over into my leaves on the side, however. That's odd that they put that where if I line it up, it's sort of in my leaves. But I want those reds to stay consistent. So we're going to do that. I need to get a little on that right there. So let's get this glued down. This is textured a little bit, so I'm going to put a little bit of glue on there. I'm always afraid that the tape won't hold when it's textured paper. It will at first, but then I'm always afraid that it'll turn loose, and I don't like my albums coming apart. So we're going to slide this right up in under there and then line this up just like that. But I thought that was kind of cute with it overlapping there anyway. So, okay, now we have our picture on there, or pictures. I already have my lines for my journaling, and it isn't going to be too much. I'm just going to talk about that it's me and my daughter-in-law, and we did some canning from our garden that we grew, and I'll put the date, which it was like July of 2020. Okay, so there's that. Now I want to... I'm going to do something you probably haven't ever seen me do on video before. Maybe. Well, maybe. I'm going to actually do a little shaker. But I had these, and I think these are from a swap. But I'm not absolutely sure, so I'm not going to claim that they are because I'm not absolutely sure. But I'm going to add these. That's why I just wanted that little bit in the background, but I'm thinking I may need just a little bit more there. And then I want these. I've got a couple of those that I want coming. I've got quite a bit of this greenery that I can spread around, but I don't want it to look junky. I want it to, these are not at all like what cucumber vines look like because they're viney, but I thought it was cute to go with this anyway, in spite of the fact that it might not look exactly like cucumber vines. I still think it's cute. Okay, so I think that is kind of what I want to do with that. And I do probably need to add a little more mixed media. I may be able, I'm going to need a couple of these, maybe for right up here, but I could fill in a little bit, like extend, maybe with these, something like that. Let's see if it can come from somewhere else. Maybe if I trim this little leaf off, I can bring it out. I don't like it to get like cluttery looking. So maybe if I do something like that, it would look better. Same thing with this one. Just snip that little leaf off and then bring that up out of there like that. Okay, I think I like that. This one might even need a little more. Maybe like that. Okay. Wish these were more, but I think that's okay. Okay, I think I'd like something that right up in here, but I don't know what it would be. So I think I'm just gonna leave it. So let's go ahead and get these down. Don't like to glue too much on the picture, so I'm gonna glue it just under the picture. Just a little bit of this good glue will hold it. Don't have to glue every little part and stem, and it'll hold just fine. Okay, I need to probably put a little on that. It's going to be under the thing here. And then this on top. Okay, something kind of like that. Okay, let's call that good. And then let's get these down. And again, not too much, just enough to hold it down good. I don't know. I think my kiddos are finally, well, the ones that have been gone for 3 weeks are finally coming home. I'm so ready to see them. They've been in Colorado. They have a beautiful big camping trailer, and they spent a long time up there. They actually had reservations for a month, but they ended up just staying 3 weeks. And they'll be home tomorrow about noon. And then, but my daughter and her family left today for Colorado. And my sister and her husband are leaving this next week for Colorado. Not the same place, but I guess I'm the only one that isn't going to get to go to Colorado this summer. I don't know that I'm going to get to do anything. I've been taking care of animals while they were gone, and that kept me kind of busy. And then my Doberman that I have, I breed her, and it's time for her to breed, and we actually inseminate her. And so I've been having to take her to the vet, and they check her hormones and all that good stuff to determine when it's time to inseminate her. She's such a sweet mama. She loves her babies. So it's been kind of busy around here with everybody gone and me doing animals and then getting her ready. That's kind of stubborn. So I'm just laying this in under that, and I'm gonna just to kind of thicken it up a little up in there. I think I had that right in there. And I think I'm going to go back about that same place. I'm just tired, you know, you just get, it's like something every day and you just get tired. But that's the way it goes. I'm just ready to go somewhere. My friends, I have some really good friends that just got back from Alaska, some other friends that are in Alaska right now. I really want to go to Alaska. I just want to go somewhere. I have not traveled since before COVID, and that's a long time for me. I usually travel at least one good trip a year, and sometimes a couple, and so it's been a long time since I got to travel. Okay, what I'm going to do next is this is where I'm going to use the washi, and I actually put it on some white cardstock because on this yellow it doesn't look as pretty. It doesn't look the way you want it to. So I put it on some white cardstock, and then I'm going to put it right down here, and I'm going to put it across right there to kind of mimic the little tablecloth up here and all of this. Now then, what I do need to do though is lift this to get that under there. Yes. Kind of stuck it down a little bit close to the edge for this. I think I'm just going to stick a little liquid glue on this and stick it under there. But I wanted to kind of bring that red like the tablecloth. And this isn't exactly like the tablecloth. This is more of a little plaid. And I had a check, but it seemed too pink. And so I went with this little more plaid. But it all works together, I think. I want to keep these little margins the same. So there we go. That up in under there just a hair. Okay, so there's the red for that one. And then I want just a little bit of red right here, just to kind of carry that red throughout. So if we can get this right under there, we're going to be in good shape. Okay, so that has that. And then, let's see, let's do the, what I'm going to do with this little shaker. I wanted to use this. It's a little cut apart, and I don't even know from what. It had the right colors, but there was just nowhere to put it, so I'm not going to be able to use that. So that's out. The colors, I'm going to make this little shaker, this little bowl. See, this was just too pink to go with that, so I'm not using that. I have my little shaker right here. I've kind of already put it together. It's this little jar, and I'm going to put it right here. But, and here is, I'm going to show you how I did the top of it. So this is like transparency from, I was a teacher for years, and we had, back when we had overhead projectors, you know, then we got all the computers and all that kind of stuff, and you didn't need overhead projectors anymore. Well, I've had this box of transparencies forever. Every once in a while you would need something, you know, need one for something. And so I saved that box of transparencies, and they work pretty good for shakers. So I've just got this, I attached it to the top level of my little jar, and now I'm just cutting it out. This die cut is not an actual shaker, so you have to make it into a shaker. So there, I've got that. And then we're gonna put this on here, but I've got to fill my shaker. I need to put this down and then I'll fill it. So I'm doing this a little bit backwards, but it's gonna work, I think. I think it's gonna work. So I'm gonna glue this down on my layout right here. Took some of the tape off just to hurry things up, so it's a little sticky. All right, so that is down. Get it attached good and that glue catch on. And then I made some little, I'm getting kind of junky here. It's bugging me. I made some little cucumbers. I'll show you how I made those. I just cut some circles. I think this is a 1 inch, and this is a half or 5/8, 3/4. Anyway, just the next one smaller. They're punches. And then I just I did this one with peeled paint and just went around the edges to make like the peeling of my cucumber. And then I used my little dabber brush, just my little dabber brush, to dab the middle of it a little bit to make it look like the seeds. And then I'm going to put these in here. And I made 2 different colors and 2 different sizes. just to give it a little difference, you know, so it didn't look alike. Now I'm going to glue some of these so that my jar stays full and everything doesn't just go to the bottom. So I'm going to glue a few of these around. Well, that isn't exactly where I wanted that one, but we'll put it there anyway. But I just wanted to make sure that some stayed, you know, up in the top of my jar. So I'm going to glue a few, and then the rest I'll just put in there and let them be like a shaker. So there's that, and then we'll just see how many we think we need. And I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna do some of each of the darker color and the lighter color. I really kind of like the lighter color better, but I just wanted some variety of color in there. I really think that's probably enough. Let's put one more. Let's do one more in there. I think that's enough. And then I can peel off the tape. That one's peeled. And stick this on there. Okay. Very carefully. And there we have our little shaker. And like I said, I don't do shakers very often, but I just thought that one would be really cute with these. And then to finish this little jar off, I'll show you the die cut in just a minute. I got it at Scrapbook Convention. It has the little fancy lid and then the little bow. And so I did the little cloth lid thing out of red and then just backed it in yellow and then made the bow in yellow. So let's get this glued on there. Like I said, I don't do shakers very often, but I thought this one would be really cute on this. That down, and then let's get our bow on there. And I'm going to show you this die cut. Like I said, it's not a shaker, but it was pretty easy to make into a shaker. Okay, so there's our little bow. But I thought that was just kind of cute. I liked it. All right, I've got a title, and then I'm going to work on this little journaling box a little bit, or I'm going to show you what I'm going to do to it, but I need to journal first, and I needed to get that mixed media done. So let's get some things cleaned up here. I still just wish I had something to do right there. I don't know if I don't think I want to do anything like that. So I don't, maybe with the lighter ones. I may go back with and get some lighter ones and do a couple of those. I don't know. I don't like that at all. All right, but my title is going to be, Who Can, We Can. You know, I don't, if you're old enough, you might remember an old kind of cheer that we used to do. Sitting in the grandstand beating on a tin can, who can, we can, nobody else can. Well, that's kind of where I got this title from. I'm probably, and I don't even really care if it isn't straight. Now, there it is. I start to see, I know I had all the pieces of this title in there. These little letters. My daughter-in-law had never canned before, but she loves to do stuff like that. And I'd canned all of my life, hadn't canned in quite a few years, just because hadn't had a garden in a few years, and so I hadn't canned in a few years. But anyway, we decided during pandemic that we would do a big garden, and we did. It was a big garden, and we had so many different things. I'll be scrapping that along. I mean, we had corn and green beans and peas and zucchini and yellow squash and eggplant and oh my goodness, well, of course, tomatoes and bell peppers and then hot peppers. And it was just, I mean, it was a crazy good garden. And we kind of harvested it, like most of it, all at one time, and put it on a big table and took some pictures, and it was really kind of fun. It was hard work, and it is hard work. And then we really haven't had a garden since then. And I don't, like I said, I don't even really care if these are straight. I almost kind of wonkied them just so they wouldn't even pretend to be straight. I could get my T-square out and do them good, but I'm tired tonight. It's going to be what it is. And the way this little countryside is, I don't think it's going to look straight whether it is or not. Okay, so let's go over my 5, make sure I got it. And then I need to do the twist real quick, and then I'm going to show you one other thing. Let's do the twist real quick while I'm gluing these letters. The twist tonight comes from the book of Zechariah, chapter 4, verse 10. And it says, "Do not despise these small beginnings, for the Lord rejoices to see the work begin." And this is when the Jewish people had been exiled in Babylon for 70 years. And Jerusalem was destroyed. The temple was destroyed. The people had been scattered everywhere. And they were coming back now after that exile. And Zechariah was a priest and a prophet. And he was, of course, to keep the people on track, serving the Lord, being faithful to the Lord. But his job was to encourage them. And so they were, everything was just devastated. It was in shambles. And they would come to this place, and it was like, what can we do? It all needs to be done. And it's overwhelming when you've got that much to do. And so this scripture is saying, don't despise the little progress. Just get started. You've got to start somewhere. And so don't despise a little thing. Be proud in the little things that you do. And eventually, it'll become a big thing. It'll eventually come together, and it'll be a big thing. And so I thought, that's what we need, how we need to think about our Christian walk. You may not be walking the way you think you should, and that's okay. Just get started. Even if you start small, it's okay. Just get started. Maybe it's read a verse a day and try to understand it, or to pray every day if you haven't been, or to do a little devotional, something just short, but try to do something every day and let the Lord grow you. Don't despise, don't think that you've got to jump in and be a biblical scholar the first day that you start trying to be better and to serve better. It doesn't work that way. So just understand that it's okay to start small and let God grow you in your walk with Him. Okay, so this is going to be journaling. And I really wanted to do like a little, I'll cut that off, of course. And then what I did was, if I can find them, I made some little bitty cucumbers. And I thought I might kind of do them on there like that, on this little vine, maybe something like that. That was kind of my thought. I don't know. So, but I do need to journal so that I know where I can what room I have to put that. So you're not gonna get to see that. But here is basically the layout, and see the little shaker. I think that's cute. I like that. Like I said, I don't do shakers very often, but I just thought that one would be really cute. So I think that turned out cute. And then I'm gonna journal, and then I'm gonna put that on there. And I think that's gonna be it. If I find something that I wanna do here, I'll do that. But I think that's gonna be it. I thank you for stopping by, and we did our grab 5. We have pattern paper. We have washi tape. Oh, I haven't done the enamel dots. That's what I haven't done yet. We got to do our enamel dots. Now, I made my enamel dots, and I actually made some little cucumbers, thinking that I might put them on there, and that might be something that I can do over there. But I made my enamel dots because I didn't have any of the color that I really wanted. So let's get some enamel dots on here. Fill in some of these blank spots where I didn't really have anything with some enamel dots. There we go. These are just Nouveau drops. They make great enamel dots. These didn't, I would have really liked for them to dry just a little bit longer, but if you don't have enamel dots, the color that you need, Nouveau drops, just do them, and you can do them up. I mean, you know, do some colors that you know you're going to use, and just do them up ahead of time. And then have them in your drawer. I want some, let's go with a couple down here. That one's wanting to stick to me and not the paper. You do have to glue them on, of course, if you make them out of your Nouveau, but let's put a couple up here. The glue's wanting to stop up on me tonight. Well, this normally doesn't stop up. I've been laying it down without the lid on it, so that's probably why. But let's get a couple up here. And I think that'll be good. There we go. Okay, I think that is going to be it. Soon, very soon, I hope, I'm going to do something with my new 45th and Market. I am so excited that I got that new collection, and I haven't touched it yet. I've just had too much to do. So hopefully I'm going to get a layout pretty soon using that. I'm going to do some more layouts on COVID and kind of take a break from doing my grandsons only for a while. I just need a break from it for a little while. But anyway, here is what we came up with for today. I think it turned out kind of cute. I love my daughter-in-law so much. You know that I am one of those that was so blessed. I got another daughter. when I got my daughter-in-law. She is amazing, and we have so much fun together. And so there we are. And believe it or not, I made a shaker on camera. So who can? We can. Thanks for dropping by. I hope you have a blessed day. Thanks for supporting my channel. And if you kind of enjoyed this, if you'd give me a thumbs up, I would appreciate it. See you soon.